Welcome to Royal Table Talk. My name is Latoya Conway Hampton, and I am your host. And so today's episode is talking about all of this amazing, you guys have to hear this, all of these amazing opportunities for you to get some information that you may need or to even share some information with other people who may need your support. So, I am an author. My first book is called Now I Know, The Hidden Victim, which talks about a young lady who experienced sexual assault in the home with her mother, actually in the bed with her mother, and how she navigated through life. And then my second book is called Now I Know, The Ultimate Guide to Internal Freedom and Personal Wealth. And what that does for you is it allows you to be able to understand how to move beyond life traumas. So I want to say congratulations. You've just found a guide and you qualify to eliminate those barriers. These mental barriers was created from our parents, from some past situations. And what it does is it causes you not to have good self-worth and scarcity along the journey of life. Has there ever been a time in your life where you needed to get to the next level and you weren't able to get to the next level in life because these barriers were in the way and it prevented you from moving forward? Even though you already knew what to do, how to do it, have you ever looked at a person and said, I could do that? Oh, I could do so much better than that. However, once you get to the level to do it, those barriers prevent you from moving forward. Or is it that confusion? Or is it the criticism that's pulled up from some of the stuff that happened when you was a kid? Or is it just the sticky glue of complacency? Here we've outlined strategies to remove that mental cement that blocks you from being the best version of yourself. With these 7 strategies, it increased self-wealth and internal freedom. And here's some of the strategies. Strategy 1 is creating a growth mindset. Now, a lot of times in your life, your mindset is based on other people growing up, what people's perception of you. As you create that personal growth mindset, then you're being able to take the next step to move forward. Understanding that knowledge is power. And when you want to know about knowledge, what you want to know about knowledge and power is your learning style. How do you learn, right? I share so often that I was a kid that couldn't read or spell till the age of 29, and I suffered in school because I didn't understand my learning style, which is kinesthetic. I got to touch it, flip it, do all those things with it. And with that being said, it's still a struggle for me to use my phone for appointments unless it makes noises. Otherwise, I need to write it down so it can go deeper in my subconscious and then I can process through it. Learning to love who's in the mirror. Who do you see when you look at the mirror? Do you see a beautiful person or do you see Scarface? Understanding that maybe you might have scars on your face and maybe you've gone through something or your body is not the right shape or whatever the case may be. But learning to love who's in the mirror. Making healthy connections. Growing up, a lot of times if you don't connect with mom or dad, there's a challenge with you to be able to connect to other people because you're missing that piece. But what I want to say is you have an opportunity to connect with other people, making healthy connections. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Building generational wealth. I get today to not only build wealth for myself, but also for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and generations to come by having a healthy relationship with money, by learning how to draw down debt, by learning how to take care of my needs versus my wants. All of those things are building generational wealth. And then next, more importantly in my world, is spirituality. My first understanding of spirituality, as I share so often, was my grandmother's God. And my grandmother had this thing that you have to pray. We have to go to church all the time. And plus she made some beautiful meals. Sometimes we have to take the food to the church, to make sure that it's there tomorrow for the church service. And in saying so, I want to say that understanding what your relationship with God, are you a religious person? Are you a spiritual person? And then finding out ways to connect. And one of the things that I often share is I had my first relationship with God when I lost my first child in the hospital. And I had to really rely and depend on the relationship with God because no one was there. It was just me and God in that journey. And at that point in time, I began to do that. Are you ready to build generational wealth and shift your mindset? Are you ready to tap into the God of your own understanding and build that relationship? If so, these 7 strategies are sure to remove the wall of doubt, dysfunction, and delusion that's left by other people's perception of who you are and who you should be. Please understand, which was a challenge for me in the beginning, that I and that you are the author of your life, your journey, not your past relationships, not your past experiences, not the mistakes you made, or even your shortcomings. There's no one that is perfect in this world. And so, what I want to do is, I want to welcome you to come join our online process. Just come on and see if this is something that you're really willing to do. Are you willing to make these changes in your life? If you're not, that's fine. You're just not ready yet. But are you willing to tap into the most internal you that you know, to be able to have that freedom? Everything in your life comes from internal freedom. You're not able to move forward. You're not able to shift your thinking. Come join our community. Figure out if this is something you could do. You can find me at Latoya Conway Hampton online.com. It's online, and from there you can register whichever program that's beneficial for you. I'll be honored to serve you. My name is Latoya Conway Hampton, and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining Royal Table Talk, and I'll wait for you on the other side.